What is the NVIDIA news? And also, you see the stock just kind of popping right now. What does that say to you about the AI and the tech trade?
U.S. exceptionalism is still on tact, and I think that the emphasis on AI infrastructure and investment, that's continuing. Obviously, they got good news from the president. They're able to sell their chips in China, so that's good news for NVIDIA. But I think the AI space in general, there was news also yesterday with Meta investing in their data center, $90 billion project, and those dollars are going to continue. So we're still excited about AI and the AI investment.
So yesterday we saw the markets just kind of shrug off the new tariff announcements, potentially 30% on the EU, our biggest trading partner, and also 30% on Mexico. But your word of the day today is vulnerable. So what's vulnerable? Because it seems like investors, they feel invincible. They're going to just keep buying no matter what happens.
It's true. We're excited. I'm bullish on the market overall, but I do think that the market is vulnerable. Investors are vulnerable. Stocks are expensive. The PE is at a 22. Forward PE is at 22 times, above the historical average of 17 times. So not only are stocks expensive, but we still have a moving target on tariffs. We don't know where that lands. Trump talks tough and then eases back, but we actually don't know where things land.
You know, it's interesting you say that. So yesterday we saw RBC raise its S&P 500 price target. A lot of other bullish notes basically saying that tariffs, they might be a headwind, but it depends on the jobs report, a number of other things. A real exception that kind of stuck out to me was Lisa Shallett from Morgan Stanley Wealth. You mind if I want to run a couple ideas by you? She kind of listed a laundry list of things that she sees could be market headwinds. Note yesterday, she goes on to say the S&P 500 gains beyond 6,500 to 6,600 could be difficult to achieve. She says she's unconvinced that dollar weakness is purely benign. We've been talking about some of the dollar weakness as well, given the amplification of tariff impacts. And then furthermore, kind of skeptical that the one big beautiful bill will actually boost CapEx. A number of other things there, also thinking that commodity gains might limit margin expansion. Are you worried about any of those different things as well?
I'm worried about those, absolutely. I mean, we haven't seen any negative really yet from the inflation impact that I think we will see from tariffs. They just we haven't felt those. Prices haven't been passed through to consumers yet. Late September, late Q3 into Q4, the holiday season, I think that's very real. And
well, let's talk about later today. You say the market's vulnerable. We have CPI. It's expected to tick up month over month. We showed the chart earlier that there's clearly a downtrend, but an uptick month over month. How do you think the market reacts? Are we possibly in danger, even with this NVIDIA news that's holding up the market right now, possibly seeing a downturn if it's higher than expected?
Certainly, if it's a lot higher than expected, the expectation now is 0.3%, but I don't think it's going to be a lot higher. I don't think we're going to get a lot higher inflation data until, as I mentioned, later this year. So certainly the market will react negatively if it is a lot higher, but I don't think we're going to see that.
Is it, in your mind, a broad negative reaction, or are there certain sectors that you see being more impacted by higher than expected CPI?
I think it's a broad negative reaction because it ends up meaning that the Fed probably won't end up reducing rates by the end of the year. There is an expectation of at least 2 times Fed cut this year. So if we do see inflation higher sooner, I don't think we're going to get that.
All right, let's get to your pick. Goldman Sachs. Why is right now a good time to buy Goldman Sachs?
Goldman Sachs, well, earnings are coming out this week. I do think it's a balance to some of the tech names and the excitement around that. But Goldman is a leader, a global investment banking leader. There has been consolidation from some of the smaller banks to the bigger banks. I think because of volatility that we saw earlier this year, that helps their trading revenues, and also because of the IPO market. So last year we had 185 IPOs. This year, or excuse me, 225 IPOs last year, 185 just in the first 6 months of the year. I think that helps Goldman as well.